Hi, my name is Deidre. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 things you should not do while studying abroad in Spain. First and foremost, do not stay inside your cultural bubble, meaning explore the culture, get to know the people. We'll get into this later, but be open to things. Go to a mass, even if you're not Catholic. I did, and it was an unforgettable experience going to mass at the cathedral in Sevilla, the 3rd largest cathedral in the world. There are so many cultural things that you can miss out on if you don't try to be an active participant in the culture, and you'll really miss out on a lot if you don't. So better yourself and learn about the culture, please. Number 2, do not expect things to be open 24/7. I know in America, at least where I live, I'm used to things being open at least 24/7, 365 generally, or at least Walmart, as a last resort if you don't have toilet paper or something like that. But when you're in Europe, at least in Spain, for this video anyway, most things are open at the latest until 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. That's the latest. So you'd have to talk to the store owner and see if it's not a chain that actually has their hours posted outside. You do have to ask, because otherwise you won't know. And yeah, nothing is open on Sundays unless it's a chino, which will be like an alimentación. In Spain, a chino or an alimentación is similar to what most people in the US would refer to as a bodega, depending on if you have one in your town or city, wherever. But basically, those are the only things that are open, on holidays or late at night if you really needed bread or something in an emergency, because they're generally going to be more expensive unless we're talking about, for myself, I bought a straightener and a hairdryer there for maybe 20 euro, not even, which was super cheap because they were not name brand and I wanted something that could actually work with the outlets. So gotta make sure you know where every chino is. Do not hang out with your friends if you have friends that are in your major that are studying with you. For me, I was a Spanish major and I did not room with my fellow majors from back home. Reason being, it goes back to number 1, my point number 1. It's just going to limit your ability to get to know the culture. It won't facilitate language learning as much. I lived with a native Spanish woman, and she sure as heck taught me Spanish culture, and I had to hut too. And culture shock was real because I wasn't speaking English all the time at home. I was speaking Spanish, and I had classes for 4 hours a day, and sometimes 6 if I had my grammar class at night. So I was thinking in Spanish so much, and I had a lot of headaches, but it really benefited me in the long run because I knew a lot more about cultural and colloquial type of phrases and how people would act and how they'd use certain words. And it was just real benefit for me, both language and culturally. Number 4, if your school provides them. For me, I had a trip to Sevilla and Lorca. No, not Lorca, I'm sorry, Cartagena. Both were included in my tuition. For mine at Universidad de Murcia or University of Murcia, those 2 trips were included in my tuition. Check with your school, see if they have any included trips, because they had guided tours. They organized everything. The Sevilla trip was 1 or 2 nights, and they arranged hostel accommodations. They arranged all the meals and everything, and just really made sure that you got to see everything that Sevilla really had to offer, which was really nice. Number 5, do not be afraid to explore Spain. Spain has great public transportation, like most of Europe does. They have a great train system. Renfe is great. Sometimes they have really great deals. Don't be afraid to use Renfe or ALSA as well. ALSA is the general bus line, although you can use others, but ALSA is the main bus line and Renfe is the main train line that you would want to use while in Spain. Well, that wraps up my 5 things you should not do when you are studying abroad in Spain. If anyone has any other suggestions, please write it in the comments down below. I'm sure I've missed something, but those are just some of the 5 most important things that I could tell someone if they are planning on studying abroad in Spain. Have a great day, guys.